Well, this is for those who want to be good at food and cooking and everything else. For the general correct understanding to have incredible food, and it isn't that difficult. There's three ways to sweeten up with using anything for a different thing. The main thing when you're doing or making foods is have same intensity of flavor that you taste everything in the food. Not just one tomato sauce overpowers and you can't taste anything else. It's just garbage. You just go next door to McDonald's or whatever equivalent, and it ain't worth going anywhere for. And the way it's done is one is salt. Salt itself does an atomic weight tear down of the more higher vulnerable acids like tomato sauce. It tears it down because the two don't atomic weight cancel. It tears it down, so then when it weakens the extreme strong, like say tomato sauce, which is all you taste is tomatoes and nothing else, and then it's a waste of time to have anything else included because you can't taste it. Well, one of the ways to decrease the intensity of that is with salt. The salt itself tears down the vinegar that's in tomato sauce enough to where it weakens it. It isn't there to tear down and destroy the weaker flavors by destroying it with being an acid, that you can still taste it. That's one way. The second way is with sugar. Sugar itself coats any and all acids except for vitamin C, which means that when you add sugar, it coats the vinegar equivalent of the tomatoes vinegar, that is coated that it can't directly touch the lesser intensity flavors you want to taste, and then you can taste them until the sugar itself is off of that. And then the third way, baking soda. You cancel it by neutralizing the acid with baking soda. And the other thing that's a major secret to everything is what fixes your DNA for tissue, especially taste buds, is your raw vegetables. Your raw vegetables are the correct atomic weights by being raw. Those are the correct acids to create your tissue DNA, especially taste buds, that they function properly. So what a lot of cooks don't know and really don't use and haven't is when you cook your vegetables, is take the juice you cooked your vegetables in and save it, put it in the refrigerator overnight. And see, the main thing about that is for your gravies or blending anything else, like your tomato sauce and other stuff next day, that especially gravies you have to start cold and put the powder in, and then slowly warm it up, and then it stays lump-free gravy. If you just have it hot and you put it in hot, it's lumped, clumped, and you can't get the lumps out of it. But that's one of the big secrets about all of it is take your vegetable juice from the cooking the vegetables the day before, let it cool in the refrigerator. And the next day, use that as your broth to start with to make your gravies or your tomato sauces or other along with it. At the same time, you pick one of the three ways of lessening the vinegar, that it isn't just tomato sauce and you can't taste anything else. And the reason for that is you do need the vinegar there because that's tomatoes, and when you make ketchup, that's what comes out of it. But it isn't there necessary to have a tomato flavor that outrageously destroys everything else. You can't taste it. That's why that's one of the secrets. And then when you do that, you have the choice of salt that'll tear the vinegar down to where it's same intensity, taste everything else. You have baking soda to neutralize it, cancel it out, That's especially diabetics or other where you don't want to add sugar. And then the third way is add sugar itself where it coats it that it can't touch anything else to disable it to where it destroys the lesser acids that you can't taste the lesser flavors. And what you end up with is same intensity flavors throughout all of it. And when you taste all of it, it's worth every goddamn dime you paid for it and that 100 miles to go to get it. Because every chew is you taste each individual complementary same intensity flavor that outrageously increases the enjoyment of it. And that's one of the main secrets. The vegetable juice, you don't necessarily, usually don't taste the vegetable juice, especially in your gravies, but you'll sit there and you'll go, why the hell is this goddamn beef gravy so good? That's because the vegetables fix a lot of the problems. When it gets in there, fixes the taste bud itself. It works better to taste the actual beef flavor better. While at the same time, the beef and everything else, the oils, especially like in coffees or other, the oils make it stick to the taste buds longer to taste it stronger. Whereas the other just gets there and gone, the oil has a tendency to hold it there longer to taste it longer. That's why anything with oils, you always add a little bit of oil one way or the other, your chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable oil or whatever, or to taste it longer and better. We got a helicopter taking off out here. Or coming in, I guess. Sounds like coming in. Yep, there he is. Whoa. Look at this. They're stealing cigarettes. That's espionage on me again. God damn it. Go now, son of a bitch. Anyhow. Yeah, somebody apparently isn't having a good day. It's going to get better. They have been taking my advice and learning, while at the same time, yeah, things are getting straightened out for correct understanding for good health. And they have been listening, and yeah, it's the difference of opinion, and they all go, yeah, that makes sense. It does, and it's proven to us. But again, for your cooking and everything else, that's the main thing, same intensities. That's why all your sharp cheeses and all that stuff that's really strong flavor, those belong in salads where it's bland, ain't got any flavor. That's also where your salads for what you need in order to put on the protein and everything else. You can't go without flour. You can't go without chicken broth and beef broth, because that is the liquid and congealed fats that make the flour work correct function in the body. There's nice ways, if you're a vegetarian, to get those greases, like onion rings, french fries, and greasy chicken or chicken soup or whatever. But you got to have them or your body don't stay healthy, you die. You go anorexic and anemia gone. And you can't maintain your muscles either, because there's none of the proteins there to do it. You have to. There's no choice, but there's nice ways to do it. It ain't obnoxious for a vegetarian. And that's the main truth. And then one of the biggest thing about anorexics and everything else, you can't be consuming soda. Soda is carbon dioxide, which has to go all the way through your body. You don't fart it out. It has to go all the way through your circulatory and out your lungs. That's why if you got heart problems and anything else, you can't be consuming soda, because it's carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide, you don't fart it out. It goes through circulatory and out lungs. And if you got a heart problem, that's 2/3 oxygen deprivation, including your heart ain't working right. But that's one of the main things, and have a great day. And yeah, it's real easy, no matter what you got, be a hell of a cook and really good.